Hello friends, welcome to another weekly top-down analysis video on the gold and GJ. So as usual, we are going to start with the gold monthly time frame. So as we can see on the gold monthly time frame, the last monthly candle closed bearish, and current monthly candle has already broken the high of the previous monthly candle. So the probability of the current monthly candle going down has decreased a lot because we have broken the high of the previous monthly candle, right? Now, on the weekly time frame, as we can see, we were making low, lower, high, lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. And here, as you can see, we have broken the previous high. And so basically, we have created a new high. So the bearish market structure here has changed into a bullish market structure here. We made a new high, then the price came down, made support. And right now, we have broken the previous high as well. So basically, we have made a new high. So on the daily time frame, as we can see, the price is pretty much, we made a high because we broke the previous high. So it's a higher low, which is high as compared to the previous low. We made a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So as you can see, the market structure on the daily looks pretty much bullish. Now, if we just try to see more closely what happened here, so we can see that, okay, we tried to make a high. And after that, the price came down, made a support. And after that, we tried to break the previous high, but we could not break the high. Although we closed above this, the previous resistance, but the last daily candle closed below this support, you could say. And so basically, right now, if I tell you that, okay, this is the support, this is the resistance, right? The price closed back into the range. So now there is a pretty high probability for the price to come down and fill this whole range on the daily time frame, right? To find out more detail, let's go to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, the price is pretty much bullish because we are making high, higher, low. We found support. We came up, made a new high. Price came down, made a support. Then we broke the previous high, right, and created a new high. Came down, made a support, and right now we came up to retest the previous high as well. So basically, we can see the the market structure is pretty much bullish. We are making higher highs and higher lows on the 4-hour time frame. Also, if you see more closely, you are going to find out that we made a new high. Price came down. Here we were unable to, break the previous high. And so price is kind of consolidating at the moment. So what are the possibilities right now? As we can see, we had a support here. The last 4-hour candle closed below the support. Also, we have one more support here. And, there is one more support down here. So if we, get a bearish candle closing below this support, then there'll be pretty high probability for the price to come down to the next level, right? That is something we see on the 4-hour. But at the same time, if we, close above this resistance, so the move to the downside will become a fake out. And in that situation, there'll be pretty high probability for the price to move to the next resistance, which is right here. This is something we see on the 4-hour chart, right? Let's go to 1-hour chart. What do we see on the 1-hour chart? On the 1-hour right now, as we can see that, okay, so we made a high. Price came down, made a support. This time we broke the previous high, so we made a higher high. Price came down, made a support. Right now, this time price tried to come up and, try to break the previous high, but we were unable to break the previous high, kind of made a double top, and then price came down and broke the previous support. So basically, we made a low at this point, right? So what we can say, okay, we made a double top, price came down, we made a low. So right now, we can say the market structure on the 1-hour time frame is bearish. So what can be the possibility? What I'm looking for, the price can come up, create some kind of resistance and come to the downside to retest the low created by the price earlier, right? This is something we see on the 1-hour chart. If we come to the 30-minute chart, what do we see on the 30-minute chart? Situation is more or less the same on the 30-minute chart as 1-hour chart. If we can see, we made a high, price came down, made a support. We broke the previous high, right? Created a new high, price came down here, made a support. Tried to break the previous high, but we could not, kind of made a double top, price came down, broke the previous support. Right now, we are just consolidating at this point. So what can happen is, the price can come up, create some kind of resistance, and we can come to the downside. This can be a possibility. At the same time, if you see, we have a resistance, right? We have a support. So if we get, if we come above, or you can say we close above this resistance, and at the same time, we close above this resistance on the 1-hour and the 4-hour as well, then there will be pretty high probability for the price to come up and retest the previous highs as well. On the GJ, we are going to start with the monthly time frame. as we can see that, okay, on the GJ, price came up, we made a high, price came down, made a support. This time we broke the previous resistance, created a new high, price came down, made a support, right? And then again, price broke the previous high, created a new high, right? Price came down, made a support. So right now we are anticipating the price to come up and retest the previous high. That is something we are anticipating at the moment, right? On the lower time frame, weekly time frame, if you see, the price is pretty much bullish. As you can see, price made a high, price came down, made a support. We broke the previous high, made a new high. So as we can see, the price was making higher highs and higher lows. Right here, we made a new high, right? And the price came down. So we have made kind of supports, and right now we are anticipating the price to come up and retest the previous highs, right? The price is pretty much bullish on the weekly. If we see more closely, we are going to find out that, okay, now what happened, we had this, resistance, price broken, close above, then the close back in the range, and, this is going to be the next support. So as we can see, the candle has closed back into the range. So now there is a pretty high probability for the price to come down and retest this low. That is something we see on the weekly time, right? If you go to the daily time frame, what do we see on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame, we can see that, okay, the price was consolidating here. After that, we broke out of this consolidation, made a new high, came down, made a support. Then we broke the previous high, created basically a new high. And at this point, we could see that we broke the previous support, right? So we made a low, lower high, lower low, lower high kind of situation. If you see more closely, you're going to see that it's made low, lower high, right? And this support was broken again, price closed below this support, then came up, retested this area. And as you can see, we broke this support as well. So basically, we are going down and making lows and lower highs. This is going to be a support area on the daily time frame, which the price can come down and retest, right? If you see on the 4-hour time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, as you can see, price looks pretty much bearish, because as we can see, we made a low here, price found support, we came up, created a high, came down, we made a low because we broke the previous low, price came up, we made a high, which is lower high, lower than the previous high. Again, we made a lower low, lower high, which is lower than the previous high. So basically, we creating lower lows and lower highs. Right now, we have broken the previous low and created a new low. Although these lows are, pretty close to each other, but, still we made a low. So the price can come up, create some kind of resistance, and we can come down to retest these lows. That is something we see on the 4-hour chart. If you come to the 1-hour, on the 1-hour, we can say the price seems pretty much bearish, because as we can see the market structure, we came down, made a low, price came up, created a resistance. So basically we created a lower high, and then we broke the previous support, came down, found support, came up, created a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower high, lower low. And right now the price came up, into this area. So we can find some kind of resistance in this area and come down to retest this low. So price is pretty much bearish on the 1-hour time frame. Now let's see what's happening on the 30-minute time frame. On the 30-minute frame, if you just see, we have a low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And right now the price is in this area. So we can find some kind of, resistance in this area to come down and retest this low. So that is something we see on the 30-minute chart as well. So that's it, guys. This was the small analysis on the gold and GJ from monthly to the 30-minute time frame. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you really did like the video, share the video and subscribe to the channel in order to support the channel and YouTube algorithm. Thank you very much. See you in another video.